Okay, hi everyone, welcome to Drift and Thrift. And I developed that name, earlier last year when the pandemic hit and I found myself furloughed from my employment and then subsequently released after 24 years. So I thought, what am I gonna do with myself now? So I started this reselling back quite a while ago. My parents actually did it when I was in high school, and I'm 51 now, so that was a long time ago. And so I've been exposed to it for a while, but kind of dabbled with it here and there. But when the pandemic hit and everybody was faced with new challenges, I took this in a different direction. So what happened was, it all started with a bicycle. And if many of you might remember, back when the pandemic hit, people were scurrying to do things outdoors, and bicycles were really in demand. And I would have never known this, but I was cleaning out my garage and listed a bicycle on Facebook Marketplace. And it all happened from there. I had never done anything on Marketplace before. I was leery of doing it. But that's really how I began selling, was on Facebook Marketplace. So what I would recommend is, if you're really new to selling and you don't really know where to begin, that's an easy way, is to get on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you're not already on there, there is some time that you have to be a Facebook member and you have to sign up, and you have to, I don't remember how many days it was before you can start selling, so that they make sure that you're a legit person. So you can do that. You can start by doing that. Clean out your house, go room to room. I started with my garage, build up some extra cash so you have some cash flow for this reselling business, because you're gonna have to buy inventory and resell it, and it doesn't always sell as fast as what you buy it. I know I can buy a whole ton of stuff, and it's not gonna sell today or tomorrow, maybe not even 6 months from now. So that was one way that I started doing that, and got some extra cash flow and got some money, and actually I started cleaning out rooms and just de-junking rooms in my house. If you have old kid stuff, clothes, books, that kind of thing. And what I did was, I started and I ended up setting up tables on my front porch, and as people messaged me, I just put the items out on the table for them to pick up and had them put the money in a designated spot. Now, I wasn't familiar with Venmo, or I was familiar with PayPal, but not Venmo or Facebook Pay or Cash App. So eventually I got signed up with all of those. Most people like to do Venmo. So if you're not familiar with that, I would recommend setting up a Venmo account. And you can also do, you can meet people in designated spots. You have to be, careful of doing that, of course. I've done that quite a few times, in different, Rite Aid or Walgreens or Myers, just a location. I've never had any problems. I know I read things that people do, but that was just a way to generate some extra money really pretty quickly, to have money to start reselling and move to a different platform like Etsy or eBay or something like that. So I did that for a while, and I actually accumulated a lot of stuff, so I ended up buying a shed that I'm going to be selling out of this summer. Now, it's winter here with a lot of snow on the ground, and people don't like to come out here. And so I have a shed, which I have some videos posted already on that, but I'd like to go over some things that I bought recently that you can look for when you're out buying and looking at things and just getting familiar with different things like glass or pottery, things that you can resell. These are things mostly I'm going to be selling on eBay, but because Facebook Marketplace without shipping doesn't charge any fees, what I like to do is I like to list an item first on Marketplace, and then I might open it to shipping a few weeks later, because when you add shipping onto it, of course, you get this broader range of people, and they also, though, charge a 5% fee. And then I might also, at some point after that, either list it simultaneously on eBay or just leave it on Marketplace, and just see what happens with that. So I'm gonna look at this first item. So I picked this up a couple of days ago, and this is an art glass piece, probably, this is mid-century, and these are really popular right now. People are really into mid-century items, I'm finding, and you'll see too as you are selling that things have a cyclical effect where they're in season or popular at a certain time. When I was selling 20 years ago, we couldn't give this stuff away. There was so many things, and other pieces like this, these kind of things we couldn't, I wouldn't even buy those if I was out. I couldn't, make any money off of it. Now these types of pieces are pretty popular, and this is a Murano art glass piece with a milliphoria effect, which milliphoria is just a word for a lot of different pieces of glass, a lot of different specs. And you can see this has a lot of different pieces of glass and different colors, but these are really popular to buyers right now, people that are looking for mid-century items. The stuff that I've been selling on eBay, a lot of it's been going to the West Coast. So I just picked this up. This is a nice pink color. You want to look for bright, wild colors, and really things that you might think, why would anybody want this? But this piece will probably go for between $50 and $100, and you want to look for a ground off bottom here, or a Pontel mark, which means it was taken off the glass company. It's just a way that they did that. So you want to look for that. You want to look for some scratching on the bottom here, because that will indicate age also. If you look at it and you see that there's scratches here on the bottom, it means that it was used a lot on a counter or something, and indicates age. There's going to be newer ones that they're going to be making that are not old. This is definitely an old one. So another piece of glass is this pink ruffled candy dish, and again, you want to look for bright colors. You don't want to buy anything that's damaged. Generally, I don't buy anything with chips or nicks. I know there's a market for that, but I just try to stay away from that. I buy enough stuff. So this is a really nice Fenton. Fenton is a popular glass name. Their items can go from $5 to $500. It just depends on what it is. But you want to look again for pretty colors, and pinks, blue, red. Amber is really popular right now with mid-century buyers. And this is, I'm actually not sure which pattern this is right now, but you want to just look for things that are pretty, appealing to your eye. Like I said, another color right now that's really popular with mid-century is amber, and that's this brown color, and this is a tiara diamond point, which you can see it looks like diamonds. So this brown and like this orange, you can see this orange iridescent, which it's iridescent. You can see it just kind of shines these colors in it. Mid-century pottery. This is a nice pottery jug that you would hang on the wall. This is something mid-century pottery is new to me. I've always done more vintage antique pottery, but there's so many makers to that, and I have these salt and pepper shakers. You know, you want to look for marks right here at the base or at the bottom, and you want to look for this these ribbed marks on the bottom from when they were on the kiln. I'm not really even sure how much I'm going to get for these, but I know mid-century pottery is really popular right now, and you can buy pieces that go for thousands of dollars. Another antique item name is Belleek, and this is one of the marks. It's spelled Belleek, and Belleek is a very fine, delicate china. Now this used to be quite popular, you know, a couple decades ago. I actually collected some of it, and you know, now it's not, there's still a market for it. It's not a huge money maker, but it's something that I've just always bought. And this is a collector's piece. It says right on the bottom, Collector Society, and Belleek is always marked. You can look, you know, you want to look for markings. You know, you can easily look those up. Another good item right now is kitchenware, and this is just a Texas ware spatter bowl. And this is a heavy duty plastic, and mid-century, huge market for these right now. They come in all different colors. They call these confetti bowls. So confetti is the pattern of the color. You'll find these in all different colors, all different sizes. They are really thick, heavy-duty plastic, and these are popular. You know, anywhere from, you can make a good $25 to $100 on a spatter spongeware bowl. Let's see, another item that I just recently bought was this. This is an apple, and this hand-blown glass. This is something new to me also. You know, decades ago I wouldn't even have really bought this, but there's a huge market I'm finding when I'm researching these hand-blown fruit, flowers. I actually have some flowers out there downstairs. A huge market for these. They can go for you know, $25 to a couple $100. This one is not marked. I haven't listed this yet. I haven't actually listed any of these pieces yet. I'm making my way to that. But you want to look for hand-blown items. A lot of these aren't going to be marked. You know, some of the better makers, they're going to be signed on the bottom. So you want to look for signatures. If you find a dense piece of glass, generally with a signature on it, it's generally going to be something well made, and you can get some decent money for. So the last thing I'll cover right now, this is probably getting kind of long, is perfume, and this is a new market for me also. I just picked up this vintage perfume a few days ago, and this is a Hawaiian Surf, Eddie Bauer, Abercrombie and Fitch, and then this is just a Premier Collection and an Elizabeth Arden. So perfume, there's a huge market for perfume. You know, with shipping, you can't ship via airplane, it has to go ground. But this was a rare, when I looked it up, a rare perfume, this Hawaiian Surf. And I did actually list this starting at $150 based on comparable items. You know, even though these are only partially full, people will pay, you know, pay for these, because a full bottle is going to be really expensive in these vintage perfumes. but people are always looking for things that they had and they loved. This I list as like 20% full. I don't recall what I put on this, but both this Eddie Bauer and Abercrombie were perfumes that were older and harder to get and not making anymore. This one was full, new in the box, and this one also, and you know, these were around, I think, $50 or so that I listed for these. So I'm going to end with that, and I'm just going to do another video and go over some different items. Let me know if there's things that were helpful or you want to see in the future. Thanks.